What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Stackz Gaming and welcome to another One Piece deck profile. Before we begin, like always, I want to ask you to like, subscribe, check us out on Coffee, support us there. Anything helps, even just a share. As always, it's greatly appreciated. Now today we bring you an updated red-green Luffy deck because I don't play often, but I went to my locals and was able to capture first place, so that was awesome. Around 20 people. So I thought I'd bring you an updated one because, like I said, we do have an old deck profile on here. But this has been somewhat updated. It's more aggressive now, even though I still do love the other build. It was really defensive. I did change it a bit because of the new format. So let's get into it. I don't think I'm going to be opening these up. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, let's get straight for it. Starting with our leader, of course. You got the red-green Monkey D. Luffy, who once per turn you pay 4 Dawn, and you could set one of your Supernova or Straw Hat type crew character cards with the cost of 5 or less as active, and it gains an additional 1000 power during this turn. So basically, it makes the character double attack. It could be considered a worse version of Kid, as you can stand that leader back up, but you do have to discard a card for that one. This one's just an extra additional Dawn, stand up a character, and what, like 99% of all the cards in here are Straw Hats? Or, actually no, 100% of the targets in here are either a Straw Hat or a Supernova. So you're good to go. So I'm glad I was able to do okay with this deck. Now you're going to see some weird card choices, but this is not one of them. Obviously, this is a good staple here. You got your playset of Nami. Check the top 5 cards of your deck. Add a Straw Hat type character, or card, sorry, not character. Add a Straw Hat card from the top 5 to your hand and put the rest on the bottom in the order. Of course, you still have your 4 Tony choppers, even though there's a lot of blocker hate, but you know, it's still good. Have them waste resources to try to get rid of it, or just block with it. I do play 3 Nico Robin. She's just still really good. Like I said, for the small blockers, she's able to blow stuff up, even though I don't have nothing in here to reduce power. No Tamas, no Brook, which I didn't even think about running, but now I might. I don't know, I'll put them up on the screen. But she's still good for getting rid of small cards, and comboing her off with Luffy is really good. Like I played against the Nami deck, they had 2 Kayas on the field. I know Kaya's really important, I like to bounce her back. So I attacked, popped her, set her back up with Luffy, attacked again, and popped the second one. Because she is not once per turn. And my final red character is 4 Rush Zoro. He was not in the deck before. Like I said, it was a really defensive build, the other one. And it was really good. But here you need some more offense now, and yeah, he put in work. Be able to just drop him, go for a quick attack. And like I said, Straw Hat, Supernova. Moving into your green characters, of course you have your 4 Film Nami, because if you didn't realize by the title or anything, this is a film deck. Her on-play or attacking ability is, you pay 1 Dawn, look at the top 3 cards, add one of the film cards from there to your hand, put the rest on the bottom. If it was just film and Straw Hat, she'd be busted. You have your 4 Blocker Luffy, really good card, 7k, 7 cost, blocker on play. When you play him, play 1 film or Straw Hat type character from your hand that's 4 or less. But it could be a film or a Straw Hat, which that's why I'm like, well, why can't she search for Straw Hats? But alright, it's fine. Then you do have your 4 Brook, who's essentially the same thing as Luffy, except he's not a blocker, and he drops cost 3 or less Straw Hat or a film type character from your hand for free when you play him. So obviously what you're going to do is the same generic movie that you've seen dozens of times with Kid or whatever. Play him, play Brook, and you could drop Nami, or how I did during my last round, I played Luffy, which played Brook, which played Zoro, which I got in there for a free attack. Which is really needed because he had dropped that Kaido card to bounce stuff back. He had dropped it back-to-back turns, so I had like no field. Moving on, I do play 4 Vanilla Usopp. Now I know some people don't really like the vanilla cards. I actually don't like vanilla cards, but he's really needed. Being able to drop him with Brook as well. Like I said, because he's a cost 3. Then I play 2 cost 4 Zoro. He's just an additional target to drop with Luffy if you want to get more bang for your buck. If you don't have Brook in hand. Now here is the only 2k counter of your deck, if you've noticed. 4 Tony Chopper. He also has a really good ability of Dawn ×1 when attacking. You can rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, which you could do, against Zoro decks, Whitebeard, stuff like that. That plays those small costs. You can rest them and just take off the board. Then you have 2 Bartos. Being able to stand Luffy back up after he attacks is really good, or save any character basically. because at the end of your turn, you may rest this character to set up one of your film type character cards other than him. Set him up as active. It's a film. It's also supernova if you need to use him with the Luffy ability, if need be. It is an option. The only thing you can't stand up in this deck with Luffy's thing will be the blocker Luffy, because it is a cost 7. Imagine if it wasn't. Damn. What I do use that no one really saw coming was 2 Film Law. Love this card. It's really interesting. It's like you're paying off cost 3 in payments. That's the best way of putting it. If you go first, not first, well, second technically, but your first turn where you get your 2 Don, you could play him. Then your next turn, you'll have 4 Don, and instead of having to hard play a cost 3 from your hand, you could play 2 cost 3s, because you could just pay the 1 Don, bounce him back, play a cost 3 for free, and then you'll still have your 3 Don available for another 3 cost. Could be another Zoro. I did bounce him back to add a Zoro. If need be, he can attack. He is 3,000. He could attack, take one off the board, bounce him back, and then just play another card, which could save him or just add another counter to your hand. If you want to drop that Zoro or that Nami, because she has a cost 3 as well. Really searchable with Nami and the 3 Jewelry Bonnie in this deck. Yes, I run Jewelry Bonnie. Great search card, even though I did not see it at all. I didn't draw it at all. It's crazy. But of course, she's really good. You play her, pay 1 Don, rest her, check the top 5 for a Supernova card. Add it to your hand, put the rest on the bottom. It's like another Nami, but for Supernovas. There's a lot of Supernova targets. She could even add herself, because it's one of those. Law's Supernova, Bart's Supernova, all the Zoro Supernova, Luffy Supernova. So you got the targets, alright? And a Supernova card, just like the Nami, with the Straw Hat card. So you can add even a Punk Gibson if you need to. It's still an interesting card. One of your leaders or characters gains plus 4,000 power, then rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost 4 or less. Could be really good if you want to just rest a blocker or an attacker that they didn't attack with first. Then, of course, you have your 2 guard point. Oh, and of course, sorry. The trigger is rest one of your opponent's characters if needed, but I didn't get a single trigger throughout the whole tournament. 2 guard point. Counter. Up to one of your character cards or leader gets 3,000 power. Really good. And of course, the trigger of up to one of your character cards gains a plus 1,000 power. Character leader, stuff like that. 1 Paradise Waterfall. Because I only threw in 1, and I didn't draw it either, so it doesn't really matter. And 1 Radical Beam. Because, this Radical Beam, you're playing red. Paradise Waterfall, up to one of your leader character cards gains plus 2,000 power. Then you can set up one of your characters as active. So what you want to do is block with Luffy, basically, and then use this, set your Luffy back up, and then block with it again. But then Radical Beam, of course I would draw that one, because every red player still somehow draws Radical Beam, even though it's that one. With its counter, your leader, one of your character cards gains plus 2,000 power, but if you have 2 life or less, it gains 4,000 power instead. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I did get one of the videos from another player at the tournament. He was playing Vivi, super awesome deck, super awesome player. Look for that deck profile here soon. Check us out on Ko-fi, support us there. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching.